the Representative Castro of ACT Teachers Party List. I heard her during the DSWD budget hearing na nagpapasalamat siya sa ayuda na binigay sa kanila ng DSWD. Sana naman masali din yon sa investigation kung saan napupunta yung pamimigay nila ng ayuda, because Representative Castro has a record in the MTF-LCAC as a supporter of the CPP, MPA, and DF.
Our next member from the majority, we have our Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Leanda Bonilla.
Madam Chair. Sinasabi po dito ng COA na the OBP nag-disallowed po ang amount of 73 million because of the non-submission of documents evidencing the success of information and or surveillance activities to support the acknowledgement receipts for payments. So on. Ibig sabihin po nito yung sinasabi po ng COA na ang purpose for which that confidential funds is intended for ay hindi po na-achieve. Diga po. So kaya po nililinaw natin ito. Dahil gusto ko nga po na bawat peso na nilalagay natin sa pondo ng gobyerno ay sigurado na nagagamit ng tama at hindi nasasayang. Pero dahil po dito sa findings sa itong ng COA, lumalabas po may nasayang na pondo. Ngayon, ginagalang po natin ang ating Vice Presidente na hindi sumagot sa mga katanungan kung hindi po siya komportableng sumagot. Pero gusto ko rin pong itanong na nung mag-submit po sila ng liquidation of cash advance, ano po ba ang naging sagot ng COA dito?
Madam Vice President.
I think that question is best asked directed to the Commission on Audit, not to the Office of the Vice President. Madam Chair, this is an example of the point of order raised by the Honorable Macapagal Arroyo. The issue that the issue that you are taking up is in the budget of 2023. Now, if you want comparative, you compare 2024 and 2025. Sa 2024, wala nang confidential funds. So, hindi na siya germane sa discussion ng proposal ng 2025 budget. Yan yung pino-point of order kanina, exactly kung ano sinasabi niya.
Yes, Madam Vice President, noted, but we have already ruled on that point of order introduced earlier, which is that it was not taken and it was already explained. So, please proceed, ma'am.
Madam Chair, ako po ay hindi nagtatanong po tungkol doon sa comparative. Ano po, ang gusto ko lamang pong maging malinawan po ay yung sinasabi ko po, in fact, ako po ay may isasabit at po propose sa bill about impact institutionalizing impact evaluation, especially for the big ticket projects of the government. Kasi mahalaga po ito. Pag tayo po yung nagprepara ng budget, dapat we set a direction, and we cannot set a direction without looking back at what we have done in the past. Yun po ang aking punto dito. Hindi po ako nagko-compare. Ano po, yun lamang po ang pinupuntos ko. Anyway, Madam Chair, lumalabas po, dahil po ng may notice of disallowance, ay hindi po na-clear yung liquidation report ng Office of the Vice President, kaya po nagkaroon ng AOM and then a notice of disallowance. Ngayon, ang tanong ko po ngayon ay sa COA na. Kung sasagot po tayo ng COA, Madam Chair, kasi po, sinabi po niya kanina, nilinaw po niya kanina, nag-issue nga sila ng notice of disallowance, pero hindi nangangahulugan na may illegal o maling ginawa. Tama po baga? Ano po? Tama po, dahil ito po ay appealable pa at hindi pa ito final. Tama po?
Asko Juliano.
Nung nag-issue po na notice of disallowance, ibig sabihin mo may nakitang problema yung auditor. Hindi compliant siya sa COA audit rules. But ang sinasabi po namin, hindi pa po final yung determination ng auditor kasi may level pa po yan ng appeal sa Commission proper and then sa Supreme Court.
Okay. Pero gusto
Saka,
ko
kung ma-affirm lang po yung disallowance, doon lang po masasabi na tama talaga yung evaluation ng auditor.
Pero bakit po ganito ang sinasabi sa Memorandum Circular 2015-01? Ganito po dinefine ang notice of disallowance. Joint Circular number 215.01 at 3.19 po ito. Notice of disallowance refers to a written notification to the head of agency and the accountant informing and requiring the person liable to restitute the amount of confidential fund or intelligence fund disapproved, disallowed in audit either in whole or in part as a result of illegal, irregular, or improper disbursement expenditure of such fund. Ito po ang definition ng definition ng notice of allowance. Kaya nag-notice of disallowance, nag-issue po kayo ng notice of disallowance. Ito po yung definition do sa joint circular ng notice of disallowance.
Tama naman po yung definition. Yan din po yung definition under PD 1445 or the State Audit Code. Yung po kasi yung notice of disallowance, meron po yung 180 days na mag-appeal. Meron kasi po mga na-issue ng notice of disallowance, hindi na inaapila. Kasi alam nila, talagang walang remedyo. Ibig sabihin, accepted nila na irregular expenditure yon, ni-refund, ni-restitute po. So, walang violation po doon. Meron naman po na sa tingin nila meron silang valid justification, mag-submit ng documents or baka hindi na consider yung argument or yung factual circumstances. Nagpa-file po ng appeal para ipaliwanag yung side para naman matimbang ng commission proper kung tama ba o hindi yung auditor o liable ba talaga yung persons liable. Yun po yung procedure, kaya po meron talaga doon na directive to restitute yung amount kung hindi na i-appeal.
So, sinasabi po natin na tama naman yung definition dito.
Tama
ng
po.
Notice of disallowance disapproved, disallowed in audit either in whole or in part as a result of illegal, irregular, or improper disbursement of expenditure. At nag-issue po kayo ng notice of disallowance. At ito po ang definition ng notice of disallowance.
Tama po, Your Honor.
I rest my case, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President, do you wish to comment?
Yes, ma'am. With regard to the proposed bill on the impact assessment, I hope that it will be included that the Representative Castro of ACT Teachers Party List, I heard her during the DSWD budget hearing na nagpapasalamat siya sa ayuda na binigay sa kanila ng DSWD. Sana naman masali din yon sa investigation kung saan napupunta yung pamimigay nila ng ayuda, because Representative Castro has a record in the MTF-LCAC as a supporter of the CPP, MPA, and the
And again, salamat. And again, the chair reminds all members and guests to keep our comments just on point. Let's just stick to the topic. Our next to interpret.
Can I
Oh yes, please proceed.
Madam Chair, sisiguraduhin po natin na doon po sa ating ipopropose sa bill and impact evaluation, lahat po ay covered nito, confidential man o anumang pondo ng gobyerno ay dapat subjected to impact evaluation. Dahil tulad po ng sinabi sa briefing ng DBCC, inamin mismo po ng ating NEDA Secretary na talagang maraming pondo ng gobyerno ang nasasayang dahil wala tayong ginagawang impact evaluation para malaman kung saan ba talaga tamang ilagay ang ating mga pondo.
Salamat, Honorable Bonilla. Next interpolate is Honorable Joel Chua.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, Madam Chair, halos lahat ng itatanong ko, naitanong na eh. But anyway, may mga konti na lang po akong itatanong dito sa sana po masagot po ng ating Vice President. Madam Vice President, pwede ko pong, di po ba naging mayor po kayo ng Davao for 6 years, tama po ba?
Madam Chair, I will forgo the opportunity to defend the OVP 2025 budget proposal by question and answer, and I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on the budget proposal. Madam Chair, may I request 1 minute restroom break.
Yes. Briefing suspended.